In this example, we want to find the component form of a vector with a magnitude 4 that forms an angle of negative 45 degrees with the x-axis. We have our vector drawn here. We see we have a magnitude of 4 and that it does make a negative 45 degree angle with the x-axis. Since our initial point of our vector is at the origin, the component form will simply be the coordinates of our terminal point xy. Now, using some basic right triangle trigonometry, we see that x will be 4 times the cosine of negative 45 degrees. The cosine of negative 45 degrees will be positive square root of 2 over 2, since our angle is a fourth quadrant angle and cosine is positive there. And multiplying that by 4, we get an x value of 2 times the square root 2. So this will be both the x coordinate of our terminal point and the x component of the component form for our vector. Similarly, we can see that y is going to be 4 times the sine of negative 45 degrees. The sine of negative 45 degrees will be negative square root of 2 over 2, because sine is negative in the fourth quadrant. And therefore, we have a y component of negative 2 square root 2. Putting these two calculations together, our component form will be positive 2 square root 2, negative 2 square root 2. And so this is the component form for the vector that has magnitude 4 that makes a negative 45 degree angle with the x-axis. In this example, we want to find the component form of a vector v, which has magnitude 10 and that forms an angle of 120 degrees with the positive x-axis. You can pause the video and try this example yourself, then resume the video to see the solution in a few seconds. Again, by aligning this vector so that it has an initial point at the origin, we see that the components in the component form will simply be the terminal point of our vector. We can then use trigonometry to find x and y. Here, x will be 10 times the cosine of 120 degrees, which will be negative 5, since the cosine of 120 degrees is negative 1/2. And y will be 10 times the sine of 120 degrees, which will be 5 square root 3, since the sine of 120 degrees is the square root of 3 over 2. Therefore, our component form for vector v will be negative 5 and then positive 5 square root 3.